everybody, and welcome to the 14th episode of Puck Witches, a vibes-based podcast where we yap about all things hockey. Today is December 21st, and I'm your host, Saint, and this is my partner in crime, Champ. Champ, how you doing?
Happy holidays, everybody! I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yeah, but happy holidays!
Happy holidays! That's right, it is the holidays. This update's gonna go out right before Christmas, so...
Yes.
As always, we have a lot to talk about this episode, so let's jump right into it. Champ, we gotta talk about it.
Hi, Saint. How you doing?
I mean, I'm here. Guys, we're recording this on a Saturday night. The Pens just got fucking destroyed, so I'm a little hashtag suffering.
But you're always hashtag suffering with Penguins wins, but it's
the
fine.
Epic highs and lows of Penguins hockey. I maintain that it's because I was at work, y'all.
Today,
I was at work, and I'm not usually at work on Saturdays. Go into our back office, and the radio's playing.
Yeah.
And usually we play like I don't want to say modern, but like it's like 2010s music. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's like millennial music or like getting an alternative rock, you know? Today, for some reason, we were on like a throwback and they were playing Good Vibrations.
No.
Which is the Penguins win song. And we have a strict ritual that you cannot listen to a win song on the day of a game because it's cursing him. And I was like, well, I wasn't playing it. So maybe it's a good sign. Irrelevant. I'm throwing the radio out.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's been an interesting week in the hockey world. Our teams have both been kind of on
highs and lows.
One of the lowest of lows that I've experienced since June happened this week.
Rip in pieces.
The Oilers played the Panthers for the first time since June, and I decided that I hate that. I hate rematches. I have no more enjoyment for it. I watched that enough in the 7 games of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yep, you're done.
I'm done. I don't ever want to see the Oilers play the Panthers again. I don't care if they win one next time. I am sick of it.
Yep, you're done. So thank God. Like, I know it's, like, obviously, because it's West versus East.
Yeah.
But, like, you know how sometimes, I think they always, I don't remember, we've talked about the bullshit scheduling, but, like, they only play each other twice.
Oh, I wish that were the case.
Yeah.
No. It was a good game. That's the only thing I can say about it, is it was a great game. And, unfortunately, we just could not get our act together. Bob was really good as a goalie. I think it ended up 6-5, if I can remember correctly. 6-5. The refs were not calling shit, but again, I saw that a lot in 7 games. So that was unfortunate. Still sick of them, kicking our asses. I do think the dam will break eventually, but it was painful to watch Edmonton lose at home again to the Panthers.
And I think it wasn't helped by the fact that Hyman got like by friendly fire.
Yeah.
Like that was the game that he got.
He was on Hattie Watch.
How fast was that puck?
92 miles per hour. So for those who do not watch Edmonton hockey, Hattie Hyman was on Hat Trick Watch and was doing fantastic. Like he was on fire and was moving like freaking water. And Evan Bouchard, aka Bushy, shot a Bush bomb at 92 miles per hour, and it whacked Hyman directly in the nose, which he's already got a pretty big nose in the first place. And immediately, Saint and I both went, oh, and Hyman had to go off the ice. His nose is shattered. If you have not seen a picture of his nose, it is bad. He's got 2 black eyes, which I've broken a nose, so I know how that is. Yeah, it was not great. It was not a pretty sight. But that kind of killed our momentum.
Yeah, you could. So some teams rally when their guys get hurt.
I'm looking at
other teams. It takes the I was gonna say VGK versus the Sharks in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But other teams, the Oilers specifically, it takes the wind out of their sails.
Yeah, it does.
Like, wasn't that with Nursey too? When Nurse got hit with a concussion,
Yes.
We lost that game.
We did,
like,
in overtime. It's just it's like they're missing an organ. They're suddenly missing an arm, which I understand as somebody who had played sports. When you're suddenly down a player whom you rely on to fill a very specific position, you're like, what am I supposed to do? And it's kind of, I'm wondering if it's harder for a veteran team to like fill afterwards, like when something like that happens, because they're so used to who they need to fill the role.
Well, it's just one of those things where it's like,
there's that's just your family.
Yeah, well, and again, we've talked about that, like, you know, it can take time for players to click.
Yes.
And so when they lose their guy who's in a specific role, they kind of, some players, like I said, they grin and bear it, they grit their teeth and they go forward.
Yeah.
And then other players, they kind of get in their own head.
And I think the Oilers are very known for that, because with the Stanley Cup final, like we just now saw the ramifications of it. We started off slow in the season because I still think we were in our head from our loss, and then we just kind of couldn't complete in this recent game against the Panthers. And it was, you could look at them and see they were just kind of in their head, which again, it was a good game.
Yeah, I don't want to say I don't mind losing because nobody likes losing, no. But like it's not as painful when it's a good game. Like when it's close.
Yes.
I'd say there's three kinds. There's one where it's like you're playing well, but you're also being stupid, and so that's infuriating. Because the Pens they did that at the beginning of the season, where it was like we were playing really well, and then we were making stupid mistakes that would cause us to blow more 2-goal leads than everybody else.
Yeah.
And then there's games where it's like you just fucking suck, and it's miserable. And it's, you know, an 0-6 shutout or something like that, like our home opener.
Yeah.
Miserable, not fun. Nobody's having a good time. Games where, like, you are fighting tooth and nail. Like, I think it was the Sens one last week. We lost in overtime, but it was like, but we got to overtime. You know what I mean? Like, we put the work in. We got the pity point. Like, it sucked and I wanted to win, but, like, it wasn't as painful as if we had, you know, lost in regulation embarrassingly. Like, put the fight into it, play some good hockey. It sucks to lose, but at least it's better than those other.
Yeah. It was just one of those moments where, again, we talked a little bit about this. The Oilers have a tendency to not play until the whistle. And that's kind of, we were ahead in the Panthers game. And after Hyman got hit in the face. So it was like, okay, we've got momentum. Let's go. We're trying to bring it back. And there were two very obvious goals where it was just like the Oilers just kind of were like, well, there's a whistle coming. And you're like, nope, but it didn't come yet. You should keep playing. So,
I think that wasn't that with the,
Sam Reinhart shot it at the back of Skinner's head and it went in.
Yeah, no, but there was another one where it was like that too with, I think, the Bruins. All of our teams just need to learn to, the Bruins do that too, but the Oilers are egregious about it. Where, because that happened in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
Where it was like, they were expecting the whistle. Yeah. They expected a whistle and it didn't come and the other team scored. And I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, you have to play to the whistle. I also noticed this changed my perspective, by the way. There was, I wish I could find the tweet. I was like scrolling through Twitter trying to find it. So shout out to whoever this person was. But they said they were doing, it was some like junior hockey, I think, but I don't remember what.
Yeah. I know.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do.
Where he said they drilled it into him that you never stop moving.
Yeah.
And you can tell, and that's what, like, I feel like is very basic fundamentals of any sport is that you should not be reacting, you should be acting.
Yes.
And yeah, you need to react to some stuff, obviously, but like you can see it, like once he said it and like I just started paying attention more the last few games where I was like, yeah, every time our guys stop moving or the other team's guys just stand there and stare at the puck like it's a fucking snake, which the Pens do a lot, we get fucked.
Yeah.
Like you can tell when, and that's what we joke about. Like we say the patterns are coming. Like I see the patterns.
Yes.
When our players stop moving and the puck is still in play, that's when shit goes south.
Yes.
Every fucking time. Every time. Just keep moving. Try to make space. Get up in somebody's face. Keep moving. Try to be open. Get to the puck. Whatever it is, just don't fucking stand there.
No. Don't stare at it. It's not going to hurt you.
Unless you're screening the goalie and you're on a power play, like, don't just, I told you, the number of, in my DMs, if we search for, it's not a fucking snake.
Yes.
It's not going to bite you. There would probably be at least 7 or 8 hits in our DMs because the Pens do it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Where they just stare at it. And I'm like, it's a puck. You've seen one before. Go do something. Oh my God.
Well, that's not the only pain that is going on in the hockey world this week. Sabres.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
As of this recording, it is a Saturday night, and we just watched them lose again to Boston. So that is 13 games that they've lost in a row. But it's fine. Nothing's wrong, Saint.
What's their longest? Because it's not their worst loss streak.
Yeah. Which is saying something.
So, I just typed it up and says Sports Illustrated has an article that says, can the Buffalo Sabres set a new record?
No!
So, the longest in NHL history is a 2-way tie between the Washington Capitals and the San Jose Sharks for 17 consecutive losses.
Oh, and then isn't the new record for wins 17?
I don't remember, but the other, consecutive.
Yeah,
I know that because
it was the Pens and the Oilers didn't beat it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I also need you to know that the runner-ups for that are 2 franchises that no longer exist.
Oh,
so Philadelphia Quakers at 15, Kansas City Scouts at 14, tied with Detroit Red Wings, Quebec Nordiques, Ottawa Senators, and the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh.
So the Buffalo Sabres rank 4th.
They only have to lose 4 more games.
They only have to lose
5. Excuse me, 5 to set the new record.
No, 4 because they're at 13.
Yeah,
So
14,
they
need
5
15,
more
16,
to
17,
win a game or to beat the new record. They only need 2 more to tie their record from 2015.
Oh, so it wasn't even a while ago.
No, but all of the other ones sure were. So again, the Quebec Nordiques don't even... So none of these are from this millennia. So let's get that clear. They're all from the 1900s, except for the Sabres. That's like all of them except for the Pittsburgh Penguins, who had a loss streak in 2004 of 13. And everybody else has been in the 90s or 70s, 30s. Again, if we exclude the Philadelphia Quakers, who lost this in 1931. Yes. So the modern era, like the expansion franchise era, I think they have the 3rd place. They tie
So looking at their schedule, they've faced the Islanders on Monday, and they face Chicago on Friday, excuse me. Teams that they can beat. Will they beat them is going to be the question, because honestly, right now it is not looking good.
And I think that sucks so hard for them in that because
this is their 3rd or 4th air quote rebuild.
So this is the last of the Islanders versus Sabres game. Like they're playing them all before the new year. By the way, it was weird. The Islanders have won the last 2.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I feel really bad for Sabres fans.
I do too.
I feel really bad for the players in the
That's gotta be mentally.
So this is, I'm going to bring this back to the Pens because obviously they're my team.
Yeah.
The stain of being a loser is hard to wash out.
Yeah.
And it's so...
Honestly, you can kind of see it on Jeff Skinner with the Oilers.
Yeah, and so, it's so brutal, right? Because you're like, oh, man, just because they were... No, you don't understand.
Yeah.
A lot of people were, saying the Pens need to tank so that we can get, a first-round draft. First of all... You're fucking stupid. Sid Crosby 2.0 is not waiting in the wings to save the Penguins franchise a second time. That was a 1-and-1 deal from the hockey gods.
Yeah.
It's not happening again. Yeah, he saved your franchise.
Yes.
And it's not happening again. It's not happening again. So realistically, you play for the middle, develop your prospects, get a few picks where you can through trades, and stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Climbing out from middle to top is not as bad as being in the absolute fucking rock bottom.
Yes.
It just isn't. If you get a reputation for being a loser all the time, it devalues your players. It devalues your area. It devalues the team name. It devalues everything about the franchise. Look at how long it took the Florida Panthers to crawl out from being a bad franchise. And they had good, I mean, they had Yager, like, but just, we still talk shit about teams that have, you know, we're not losing forever. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about the Sharks, you go, oh, they were Stanley Cup contenders.
They're still the joke of the league now.
But they're the joke of the league, and it wasn't even 10 years ago.
Yeah,
that they were in the playoffs. They were in the finals.
Yeah,
how the recency bias is so real.
Yeah,
do not let it come for the Pens. Do not. I refuse.
I was saying,
I will fight that tooth and nail.
The worst part of this whole situation is watching the front office of the Sabres be like, nothing's wrong. You can admit there's a fault and not make any changes. Like,
yeah.
Because I'm a firm believer of sometimes it's just a streak. Like, sometimes you just get caught in a bad web and you can't get out until you need a breath. And maybe that's what will happen over the Christmas break, is they'll take the breath, they'll get reorganized, they'll come back stronger. But sometimes you can't, like, which, thinking about it right now, it's like the Rangers, who are kind of in a similar
fucking everything.
They're kind of in a similar situation to the Sabres, not anywhere near the streak loss. But the Rangers had a rough start to the season, and they went okay, and then just kind of threw themselves into like an explosion. And
saying that, like, you need to trade away your whole fucking roster.
Yes, you don't have to.
But like, you can't look at the players and be like, sucks to suck, losers. Like,
nothing's
that's
wrong.
Basically what. Nothing's wrong. This is on you guys being bad. Like, what?
Like, you have like, Clouder. Like, he's a good player. He's not necessarily maybe Stanley Cup final, but you don't need that right now.
There's a reason that the current curse is the Sabre curse.
Yes.
They have great players who then go on to win Stanley Cups. It's happened like, what, 4 times? Too. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, like, they had Lena Zolmark. Like, what?
Didn't they have Sam Reinhart too?
They had Sam Reinhart. They had Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Sam Reinhart was like the recent one. And like, now that was the joke when we traded Clouder for
Jeff Skinner.
Jeff Skinner, is that, oh, well, the Oilers might win the cup this year or next year. Because that's the curse.
If we do, I will legitimately be like, Jesus Christ, okay.
It's the battle of the Canadian curse versus the Sabres curse. But like, it's just one of those things where I'm not a fucking, I don't know shit about nothing, but like, I know that you can't keep going this way.
Yeah.
In a market that is a hockey city. Like, I don't understand.
A sports city.
First of all, it is a sports city. But above all, it's a hockey city. Like, it is a hockey city.
Yeah.
Buffalo is basically like, so
Canada.
I'm a New Yorker, right?
What?
And so, like, I know a lot of, shut up. So, like, I know, okay, here's the regional. Buffalo is basically Midwestern, right? They're like adopted Canadians, essentially. Yeah. They're still New Yorkers, do not get me wrong. Buffalonians are the definition of fuck around and find out.
Yes,
for New York.
Are.
Like, for Western New Yorkers, like, have you seen those Bills Mafia people?
I was gonna say more about the snow.
Well, yeah, the snow too. Like, so Great Lakes bitches don't play.
No.
All right, like, let's be any of the Great Lakes cities will tell you. Like, did we not just watch the Bills get buried under like 2 feet of snow?
And
like, it's a hockey city, okay? And like you said, they're a sports city. You cannot tell me a team, like a city that rooted for the Bills during their bad years, that hard, and still roots for the Sabres so hard.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna, like, you're gonna blame the market and the people. Fuck off. They want a good hockey team. They don't even need to be. Have you seen the Canadians and how hard the Canadians fans go at their barn?
Yes.
Like, it's
Trust
like,
me. Yes.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Like, as one of the teams that was not well liked in their barn. But like, just something, man. Just something. Like, you can't blame the city. You can't, like, fuck you and your taxes. Like
that's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
You think oh well, people will play wherever.
Yeah.
First of all, Edmonton is closer to Buffalo than to New York City in terms of like if we're talking about the economy, this, the that, or like the general vibe. It's cold a lot of the year. It doesn't have the draw that like New York City does. People still go hard in Edmonton. Players were willing to take cuts so that they could stay in Edmonton. It's the same thing. You don't even have to be cup contenders, but if you can just make it to the playoffs,
if you can give them something to drive for, then yeah, you're going to it's the optimism and inspiration. You can't just let them struggle on their own, because then you end up like the Rags, and that's a terrible locker room culture right now.
Yeah, which is very obvious that like there was a problem. Did you hear the shit about the like social media managers?
Yes, that's sketchy.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Insanity, right? Like, so for those of you who did not hear this, because I know we're crazy, but like essentially the rumor mill, it's not even a rumor. I think it was confirmed.
It's confirmed, yeah.
It's confirmed is that the social media, like their team, is not allowed to stay at the hotel that the players are staying at. They're not allowed to like meet with them at all, except like on main campus grounds and not without other people. Like it's like draconianly weird.
Yeah.
Like, and as someone who is very staunchly like, I think it is inappropriate for workplace relationships to start where there is a power imbalance. First of all, book talk isn't real. Like, let's just get that out on the ground. These girlies are not in social media to fuck players. That's misogynistic and stupid.
As somebody who works in social media, yeah, Jesus Christ, I wish, sometimes I look at it and go, man, I wish that was the case, but more often than not, you're just drowning in work.
Yeah, like these poor people who are just trying to do their fucking jobs, and this upper management is like, you can't be near you can't even. It was over a lunch.
Yeah,
like they went out on a dinner in full quotations date. Who is to say, dude? Has no one ever like? So my coworker and I go get Taco Bell. That's not allowed.
Yeah,
like that's literally what you do.
And again, it could be that it's a lot deeper than we know, because that is the day and age we live in. But geez, it was like reading what was coming out. It was like, what happened? And that's not the only locker room shit that's going on.
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Capo? Oh no. I don't know enough about that yet. We'll get.
All I know the basics is that apparently, who is it? JT Miller and Patterson,
Elias Patterson are fighting.
That the girls are fighting.
Don't know any of the actual like what's it going like the details about it. You can kind of sense that there's some tension. Again, I don't care about the Canucks, but you can kind of sense that there's some tension on the bench, and nobody's doing anything to like fix it. I don't know what's going on. That might be something that I dig in later, because apparently it's bad. So, but I was talking about Capo Caco. Is that how you say his name? How he got his call that he'd been traded after he got out of the sauna, and basically was just because he'd been healthy scratched twice. He had disagreed with upper management. He had caused like he was speaking out about being scratched because he was like, I don't know what I did, and then was traded all in like a week.
Yeah,
and that to me screams, oh, I just don't like him berating me. I'm like, okay, but you're a coach or you're upper management. You can't just like sit down and have a conversation, please. Lord of mercy.
The adults.
No,
I know.
Sorry.
Expecting any person in sports to have emotional intelligence is asking
Lord.
It's asking a lot. Okay,
yeah.
But like, it's the same shit where it's like, oh, by the way, we have this Russian-born player and we haven't hired a translator for him. And I'm like, and
for the fucking Flyers?
Did they cut your funding? Are you on fucking pennies? Are you going to the food cupboard now that you can't afford to go hire a fucking and I'm not saying they should do this. We live in late stage capitalism, but go like get a Russian like studying student at a college be like, here, we'll give you credits. Like, hire a fucking intern to translate this poor kid.
This kid doesn't know what you're saying, and then you're getting mad at him for, it's a whole... Listen, all I'm saying is, and I think you've mentioned it too, is that the War of the Five Kings is coming back.
Yes, the War of the Five Kings is, like, mark my words. So War of the Five Kings was last year, the playoffs wild card spot for the Eastern Conference. And it was a fucking shit show. And it was hysterically ended by the Flyers losing. And
that caused everybody else to like...
And it caused everybody was like, please, Flyers, if you just have to, and they were like, fuck you all, I'm taking you down. Hand an unlovable hand, I hope we both die. Like, and they
it was like bowling pins.
Teams. It was. And so looking at, and I know we're only like, 30-something games in on average, looking at the standings
right now
for the wild card spot in the East, it's right now a fight between the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Senators, the Penguins, the Flyers, the Rangers, and the Islanders. Like, everybody's, other than the poor Sabres, everybody's like, it's 30-38 is the marker range, right? For any, I think teams that are lower, but it's so early in the season. Like, honestly, like, we're not even halfway through. So it's like, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? But I foresee right now with like the tooth and nail between the Senators have Linus Ullmark, and that is very much helping them. They're on a 5-game win streak as of this, and there's another game right now against the Canucks, who are having a moment. And then Tampa, like, but you know what I mean? What happened last year was the Caps were not at the top.
No. And then they got...
now they're fucking... Instead of having a minus 37 goal differential, they're a plus 37
power of
goal
friendship.
Differential. It's truly... Can we talk about their locker room? You want to talk about opposite locker room energy?
Yes.
I need everyone to be aware of this because it's so fucking funny. And I'm not a Caps fan. I'm a Pens fan. So I can't... Like, I have to root against the Caps, which is, like, legally obligated.
Yeah, sure.
But they have mastered the power of friendship in a way that I wish.
It's the same as the Bruins before Charas retired.
Yes. It's just weird. They're weirdos, okay? They have fully accepted that they're all, like, in this... They're just weird. They have no chill whatsoever. So they, like... The current thing, which was hysterical to me, is that there's a phrase that came about in sports, which is that, like, you got that dog in you. He got that dog in him.
Yeah.
So apparently certain players were, like, barking. And I mean, like, barking in the locker room. Like, actual dogs. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this about? Like, the reporters. And they were like, you got that dog in him.
Yeah.
And they would, like, lift their shirts and, like, point and be like, you got that dog in him. Like, that the question of the barking was to infer, do you got that dog in you?
Yeah.
And they would, like, lift their jerseys up to be like, I got that dog in me. And it's just so fucking funny. I almost want them to win the cup just because of how funny it is. Like, just because of how good their locker room culture clearly is. That, like, they love each other so much. And they're all here to get Ovechkin his goals, and that is the only thing they care about.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They just want him back to get his goals.
It's a complete opposite to most of the teams, like the Ducks right now, the Rangers right now.
Oh my god, someone rescue that poor fucking Zegers kid.
The Chicago
save
team.
Connor Bedard too. Save Connor
team.
Bedard. Get that child out of that or fuck ass organization. Oh my god.
Did you happen to see it was another Flyers event, and so I know that you hate them. But
well, I don't hate them as much as I should, but yeah, right now
you'll hate them on Monday. It's fine.
I hate them a lot right now. Oh,
have you seen?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Have you seen the drama surrounding what's his name? What's his coach? Tortellini.
Tortellini.
That's what I call him. The
John Tortorella.
Yeah,
and
sure.
His
Tortellini.
Issues about is it about the fact that he hates the Michigan?
No, it's about the fact that he fucking hates the referees. Did you see that penalty? With the referee's arm came down.
But I'm on his side.
Oh, I'm 100% on his side.
Chomping at the bit, barking like a dog on a chain link fence.
You got the dog in you.
I got that dog in me. I would be barking too. Like, oh
so
my
for those
God.
who did not see it, they were going to. They got a penalty drawn.
It was 4-5.
Yes.
Because I'm watching the clip right now. It was 4-5. It's in the third. There's only 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
The ref raises his arms and then put it down. So the Flyers thought it was a delayed penalty on the Red Wings and put an extra skater on. And I encourage people to watch this clip. Maybe we'll put it in the description because the announcers, the TNT announcers, lost it. There's gonna be, too many men on the Flyers. Too many.
Like, and I've never heard.
Chill out.
I've never heard announcers sound like that.
Yeah, like chill the fuck out. And Tortorella looks like an angry goblin. Like he is, like he's like got his shoulders hunched, and he looks like he is about to fly over his players. And he's like, "You had your fucking arm up."
Yeah, which
he's like,
I genuinely don't understand. Can you do that? Like, can you call the penalty, take it back?
Like well, I guess you can.
I guess.
But like, so here's the thing. What the fuck happened? I didn't see what happened after. Like,
well, they lost. I know that.
So there's like visibly a picture of like the official has his arm raised. Mm-hmm. And then some people are like, it was only, so there's different arguments and everything about this, but like some people said you can't send the extra skater out until the goalie is coming off no matter what. So it was still a too many men penalty because they didn't pull their goalie in time.
I see.
Allegedly, again, take this with a grain of salt because I didn't watch the game. This is just what the comments are telling me. But then other people are saying his arm still went the fuck up. But it's
because if there was a delayed penalty and there was a turnover, then they should have called it.
Well, that's the thing is like, because I think, so the Flyers kept possession, because I'm rewatching the clip.
Yeah.
The Flyers kept possession. And I think that was the problem, is that like they didn't realize, I don't fucking know. It's just a weird sequence of events.
It's just so bizarre.
Yeah,
and I saw that and I was incensed, and I don't even care about the Flyers.
Yeah, like I would have been mad. Yeah. Like if I like just on, it's the same shit that happened.
He's so angry.
last night with the Boston, where I was like, no, it was the Flames.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I hate the Flames. But like it wasn't, so I guess on review it wasn't as egregious as I felt it was. But like they just like the missed penalties lately are just getting to be
the missed
a little
penalties,
too egregious.
And the penalties that they do call are like
soft as fuck. Like it's just infuriating. Because that was the Preds game, right?
Yeah.
Like the Preds were.
Oh yeah, for the Penguins.
So, and don't get me wrong, the Penguins have games where the refs help us. I'm not an idiot.
No,
okay,
there has been times. The Oilers do the same thing. I don't like it.
I don't. I mean,
I like.
Oilers, I don't care as much. For the Pens, I'm like, yeah, we need all the help we can get.
Well,
I just like hockey. But well, here's the thing: the Pens don't usually do anything too egregious. Their shit is like high sticking by accident or like just being little. They're just little bitches sometimes. They're not like hurting anybody.
Like to trip and hook a lot.
They like to cross check a lot too.
They do like to cross check a lot. Draisaitl.
I was gonna say your boy McDavid does it all the fucking time.
Listen, he's loud.
but Dry does it too. But so the Preds game, it was egregious. Like I try to be fair. I really do. I try to be like, all right, well, they didn't call that, but they let us get away with this. Like, am I just like, I genuinely do try to be like, was this a ref? That game, it was pretty fucking bad. Yeah. It was like pretty egregious where I was like, how did we not get what? Like there was the scrum and they should have gotten a roughing, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like it because they like threw Bunting to the ground and it was like, okay, could we get like a roughing call on that?
Sorry.
Or like, and they were like, no. And that's what caused Sid Yapper to come out. Because
that was the second thing that caused him to come out, because he got crunched and scored. And then
scored.
Then Bun Bun got thrown to the ground, and Sid Yapper was going fucking crazy, which very nice.
Tonight, EK got, which again, the refs were not on our side tonight. Yeah. EK got a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, which is so.
Which he did.
I imagine it was not safe for TV, but like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's hockey.
Yeah.
Unless it's like he called him a slur or like something really offensive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really see. Or like, was it just that? Or was he?
Well, they did the same thing with Nurse the other week, where they called him unsportsmanlike conduct because he was just yapping, and that's just fucking what's his name, Kelly Sutherland. Fuck you, Kelly Sutherland. Let me tell you right now. Hey, look at me in the thing. Look at me in the eyes right now. Nope. I'll be very good.
Nope.
Kelly Sutherland.
Nope.
Fuck you. Fuck you so hard. I cannot wait for you to retire. Because it's going to be universally hated. It's the Canada bias. Like, as an American.
Isn't he from Toronto?
I don't give a fuck.
Here's the thing. If we know an official's name,
that's a problem. Kelly Sutherland, fuck you. All right. So speaking of your baby pin, Saint, you guys got a baby back.
We did. We got P.O. Joseph. Oh my god. So Champ alerted me to this because I was busy watching Arcane season 2.
Very good.
With no less than 20 messages in my DMs of just my name,
which is always a problem.
Yeah, which is Saint. And I'm like, what? Who died? What happened?
Who died is very good.
Who died? Who got traded? What happened? And the answer was P.O. Joseph is back. And y'all can be haters, but I'm here for the vibes. And Chris Letang did the interview, and he was like, "Oh, he
owes back rent.
He owes me. He has like back rent. He said I'm gonna charge him interest." And one of the reporters was like, that's not in the Christmas spirit, Tanger. And he was like, I told you all I'm the Grinch. And it's so fucking funny. So Tanger's happy. We lost. I don't give a shit. I'm mad that Pix just got injured because but he's our baby and he's the only one who plays defense.
So P.O. Joseph, I will say it really does suck because we had mentioned it to each other that he wasn't getting a lot of time in St. Louis. And his brother
really wasn't.
Like, his brother was doing fine. And I understand that he's not, like, the end-all be-all of a defenseman. But the funny part was, I loved their white chicks Halloween costume. Loved that insanely. And then, like, 2 days, one day before the trade...
it was, like, less than 24 hours,
yeah,
I think.
The NHL posted their Winter Classic photo shoots.
And they did like a JC Penney photo shoot.
That's what's going around right now. It's very funny. And then P.O. Joseph got traded. It sucks that he is leaving his family, like his brother, in St. Louis. And sorry, mom and dad. Now you have to go to A, twice as many hockey games, and B, you have to watch your kids fight again, or get another high sticking, which is my favorite hockey clip of all time.
So fucking funny.
But at the same time, at least
Tanger looking like a feral cat trying to fight Matthew Joseph was so weird and funny.
At the same time, the only good thing about this trade is that he went back home to the Pens.
Yeah, and everybody was so happy to have him. Like the reports from
the locker room.
I think it was Taylor Hayes and like the Pens scoop and everything. They were like, he literally lights up the room. Yeah. Like, everyone was so happy to have him back. That's what I want. Again, I know we're not the worst team in the world right now.
Yeah.
And we're not even the worst team in our division. I will fucking take it. I am okay with the Pens being a mid-team. I would like to make the playoffs. I just want them to be happy and score points and just have fun. Like, I want them to hit milestones. I want them to get prospects and like new players who Crosby and Rusty and Gino and Tanger and EK can like show the ropes of like what they do and give them good vibes and everything. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't ask for much.
Yeah, I see that. Speaking of good vibes, I'm really excited because this week they signed the first Chinese-born player into the NHL. Winnipeg Jets, you get another
again, if any Canadian team has to get the cup other than us, I will take the Jets.
Yeah, I will take the Jets. They're going to get kicked out first round, but I will take the Jets.
Yes.
Kevin He is now signed the 3-year entry-level contract and is the first Chinese-born player to sign the contract with the NHL. So that's really cool. I love seeing stuff like that. I'm really happy for him. He does deserve it. I'll be interested to see how much playing time he gets. I have no clue what to expect. I've not paid any attention to him, but I do think it's really cool that they're expanding, not to just like overseas Europe, stuff like that.
And I was thinking about this the other day, like in depth. You know, when you're sitting in the car and you're having big thoughts.
Sure.
So as someone who is currently enduring winter, it's like tomorrow it's like -5 degrees wind chill. Fahrenheit. Okay. I saw some stupid fucking video that was joking about like Canadians. And they're like, oh, it's -20 degrees. They were like, it's -5 degrees Fahrenheit or -5 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what's that in Fahrenheit? And it's fucking 23 degrees. And I'm like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. -5 degrees Fahrenheit is the equivalent of -20 degrees Celsius. Okay. It's really fucking cold. And for all you bitches who are like, oh, well, it's, you know, that's with wind chill. Wind chill is worse.
Yeah.
I would rather it be -5 and there not be so much as a puff of breath worth of air moving. When you live in a place that is very windy, I cannot express how cold -5 degrees is with wind chill. It's so fucking cold. Canada has it way worse. But the whole point of me suffering in this -5 degree wind chill was hockey has a limit because of weather. Like,
yeah.
It has a natural, I don't know what there's got to be like some term for it, but like basically you can give any kid in the world a soccer ball.
Yes.
And they can play. They can play footsie, whatever they want. You know, they play street ball. American football is a little harder, but it's ingrained in our culture so heavily that like, and it's an American sport. Like nobody else fucking plays it. But soccer, even baseball, like, it's big in Japan and like a couple other countries, like very big in Japan, but like you need a baseball bat and a ball. That equipment is not expensive. I can go to Target right now and get a cheap ass baseball bat, a baseball, and a mitt, and we can go play fucking whatever in a park.
You could go play catch even without any of those stuff.
Yeah, like and same thing. Basketball, like you can just get a basketball and you can just play on
like an actual basket. Yeah,
you don't even need an actual basket.
Hockey has a high level entry.
High. It's not
for the faint of heart.
It's thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And again, you can't go play pond hockey when you live in the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Even here in a place where it is very cold for a good chunk of the year. This is our first real winter we've had in a couple years.
Yeah.
I think what's it, El Nino now?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
good job.
well, El Nino. Yeah, I did it. Thanks, Professor Champ. So El Nino winter, it has come. We've had a lot of snow. I had to dig my car out this morning. But even us, we had 40-degree days. Like you couldn't have pond hockey. You could make your own pond, right? Like you could go and pour some water out and have like 1 inch thick ice and it would stay solid for a while. But to go out like an actual pond, no, nothing's frozen right now. You can do like backyard pond hockey or whatever, I'm sure. But
it's not accessible to almost anybody.
That wasn't true the last 2-3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Like we have not had a true winter like this. And rinks are a money pit. They are a money pit. That's why beer league hockey is at 11 p.m. at night, is because it's so expensive to run and you don't get a lot of money for them. Even the skates. Yeah. Like you can't like just go in and play hockey. You can play floor hockey, like, you know,
but it's not the same.
You can play. It's not the same. First of all, it's not on skates. Yeah. So it has a very, very a very high floor to get into. Yeah. Just to exist in the sport at all.
So that's always that's wonderful for him to get that kind of intro into it. So
yeah, we went on a hell of a tangent, but we were basically saying congratulations. It's really hard for anyone outside of the Nordic countries and America and Canada. Yeah. And Russia, because it's so fucking cold in those places. Yep. And congratulations. Not anywhere else. Yeah. We're very proud of you. I hope you do well.
Yeah. All right. Well, Saint, do we have a sponsor today?
Oh my god, we do! Today's sponsor is Saint Astra, a Twitch streamer, cosplayer, and artist. You can support her by purchasing from her Etsy or subscribing on twitch.tv/Saint Astra. Use your free Prime sub and get access to cute little emotes. Saint Astra's Etsy also sells a variety of jewelry, decorations, and trinkets. Everything is handmade and crafted with the perfect balance of love and spite. All proceeds go directly to the Saint Astra Dry Saddle Jersey Fund.
Alright, Saint, we got a vibe check. And this one is not going to be good. I need a vibe check on the Matthew Rimpey hit.
I mean, rancid, awful. You know that picture of the fucking Cat in the Hat live action movie atrocity where he's got a baseball bat? That's me. Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Swing and a miss, big boy. Like,
for those who did not see, in Friday night's game, Matt Rimpey got an elbowing major and a game misconduct on Mira Haskinen on the Dallas Stars. And if you haven't seen the video, it is disgusting. And this isn't the first time that he's been causing shit and then gets ejected.
He has more, officially, he has more ejections than points.
Yeah.
In 22 career games.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it. Vibe check, bad. Vibe check, rancid.
Vibe check, fuck the rags. Like, and this is not just because he's on the rags. What the fuck is the Rangers organization doing?
Teaching him.
You can call me for a penalty on this because I'll fucking rant about it for 5 goddamn minutes. Meat fighting major.
All right, fine. I'll call a fucking penalty. All right, fine. You want to yap? All right, fine. I'll call a fucking unsportsmanlike conduct.
I'm following my Penguins getting... EK just got that penalty.
All right, let me get my stupid thing up. All right, timer for 2 minutes. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'll fucking yap all day.
You're gonna yap about Kelly Sutherland too. All right, here we go.
So, we want to talk shit about the Rags and their shit-ass organization. I'll talk shit because how can this organization that, first of all, has a rancid locker room culture, has a rancid upper management and front office problem, clearly, just by every fucking thing that's been going on, anyone with eyes can see that. How are you gonna take this kid who's a fucking giant and you're like, all right, you're however the fuck old he is, I don't even know. He's a toddler in hockey years, but like, he's not a veteran player, all right? He's an adult, he's 22 years old, but he's still young in his NHL career, right? He's, to me, should just be an AHL career for life. That's fine. AHL is a hell of an accomplishment. The fact that the Rangers clearly are pulling this kid up only for him to hurt people and hurt like himself in the process in fights, lest we forget that Reeves fight that he was in. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? He's not like in little hockey league. Teach him not to elbow people in the head. And if you're not doing that, you are doing this on purpose. You are using this guy who's going to get himself hurt. He is going to get somebody else hurt. I don't care if you give him a 5-game suspension. They're just going to call him up again. He literally could kill somebody with this kind of shit. He is huge, and an elbow to the head. People were joking about the Hyman hit with the puck to the face. If it hits you wrong, the bone in your nose goes up and into your brain and you fucking die. They're going to give all of this proof about CTE and people getting hurt because of consistent hits to the head and consistent jostling because your brain is jello in a bowl and you're squishing it. Every time you shake it too hard, it gets hurt. This kid should not be in the league, and he should not be the only one facing penalties. They should be finding the fucking organization for saying, why are you bringing this kid up to fight? What is wrong with you guys? Fuck you, Rangers.
Listen, I understand that he's kind of like a favorite on like warm-ups or whatever, and he can be a sweet
gets the
kid.
crowd.
He is a very sweet kid.
He gets the crowd against him if it's at an away game, and if it's a crowd at MSG, he builds them all the way up. So he's a crowd into. I get it. I get why.
I understand,
but they're doing it the wrong fucking.
It's not
way.
even like so. what was it? Somebody said that they should put him with Chara and like have Chara. If you're going to consistently keep him in the NHL, put him with somebody who is actually his size to teach him how to fucking skate. This kid looks like a fucking deer on the ice.
But that's what I mean. Is they're clearly not trying to develop him as a player. He is just a goon in the year of our Lord and Savior 2024. Like, and the thing is, he's not even a great fighter.
No.
Like,
he's just big. And as somebody who is massive when it comes to like being around other players on the basketball court. I was the tallest one in our fucking district. So you can't do that. That's not the role that you need to like give them. You can have giant hockey players. Look at Vincent Descharnais. Now, granted, Vinny is not necessarily the most skilled defenseman in the league, but he serves a purpose, and it's a better purpose than Matt Rimpey taking his fucking elbow into the back of it. Like, you could decapitate somebody. Like, you could internally decapitate somebody for doing that.
That's what I need, is like, this is not, it's not even like, okay, so you have a guy who's huge.
Yes.
And he's not good at hockey, but he's huge. So you put him on the ice because he makes, like, okay, Nikita Zadorov. He's a big fucking dude. Is he the best hockey player in the world? No, but he's good at what he does defensively.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big guy. He creates pressure. He makes it so that if he gets the puck, you can't get it off him because he's fucking huge.
Yeah.
He's also there to throw punches when he needs to.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that he should be fighting every minute, because I am not currently a fan of the fact that he's the leader in penalty minutes.
Zaddy.
But like the Bruins fucking trying to bring back their bully era. But like but he can skate.
Yes.
You know, is he, again, he has a plate. He can play to an NHL caliber.
Yeah.
Matthew Rumpy cannot. He is not
just
here
so
to
frustrating.
be an NHLer. He's not.
He's going to get. So I don't know when the suspension hearing is supposed to happen. I think he's out for 5 games, maybe more. And he should be, because that's fucking ridiculous. That is, when I saw the actual video, my gut dropped, because we advocate for safety extremely. Like, we really, really want that to be a key factor in this podcast, because I don't want people to die on the ice. Like, is that a controversial opinion?
Yeah, it apparently literally is.
What?
There was some Twitter drama where a person on hockey Twitter was like, hey, it's dangerous that an entire team, because this was about Celebrini getting targeted. Yeah. And they said, I think it's dangerous that an entire team targeted an 18-year-old hockey player and none of it got called. And like, these men came in and were like, you're so stupid, you're so soft. Injuries are a part of hockey.
All I think about is baby Sid.
Yeah, as someone who had to watch Sid Crosby lose a year and a half of his hockey playing career because
and Connor got his fucking collarbone broken.
At least the Flyers felt bad about that. Like, that wasn't like, but just dangerous and illegal plays should be called as penalties. If you don't agree, I think you need therapy.
Yeah.
I
understand that hockey is the last air quote gladiator sport,
and we love it. I wouldn't watch it if it wasn't.
I love it, but I don't want people to die. Like
I don't want them to get maimed. I don't want to see, like, and again, injuries are part of every sport.
Every sport.
They are. And I have no problem with like injuries happening naturally. And listen, bad checks happen.
Yes.
Or hard checks happen. I love a good hard check that sends somebody flying. I think that's great. I think players need to keep their heads up more.
Yeah.
Because that's getting a little bad, where it's like,
Stop looking at the damn puck.
Yeah, like, fucking, can we do some basic no-look passes? Like, just, but, like, it shouldn't be controversial to be like, hey, I don't want my guys getting concussions or a broken fucking face or a snapped neck. Like, I just basic human decency is apparently too much to ask. Again, it's a sport. These are human beings. Like, sorry, I do not want to see a human being get their career ended by an injury that never should have happened in the first place.
Yes, that's the difference. It's like there's a difference between throwing yourself in the ring on the rink for just hard hockey, and then there's a difference in, okay, I'm going against Matt Rimpey, who's going to try and kill me every 5 seconds that I'm on the ice.
Yeah. And he's 6'9", 250, 255. He's a big fucking dude.
Yes, he is.
And he's probably the biggest in the league. You just can't, my dudes. Like, you just can't. Like, I don't know why it's such a controversial thing to be like, I do not want to watch players nearly get killed on the ice. And everybody's like, well, it hasn't happened in the NHL. But how many players were permanently maimed from CTE? How many players committed suicide from CTE or were otherwise into a heavy self-medication that shortened their lifespans? Like, it's just, I hope they throw the book at him. I think he's a very nice kid off the ice. I think Jacob Trouba is a great person off the ice. I think they need to get their shit rocked.
Yes.
Like,
be it with fines or get their own, well, I don't want to say get their own punishment back thrown to it because that's just fucking stupid. Eye for an eye is not how the world should turn.
But like, if they're not here to play hockey, they can go back to the 1950s when you all just tried to kill each other and then pretended to play hockey.
Showed up at a hockey game. Showed up at a fight and a hockey game happened.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to sportsmanlike conduct. Saint, this week we need to do better than last week.
Oh, we were. To be fair,
we did come up with one afterwards.
We did. After, literally, as we were done recording, I was like, "Fuck! I should have talked about their logo because that's a cool logo." But I was so annoyed,
and also just exasperated because we could not come up with anything. All right, this week I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle. You ready?
Of a team that we can
talk about.
Not bottom tier. I ask for so little in this world. Please, please, please,
no,
please, please.
We've already gotten them. We get to
reroll.
All right, here we go.
It's not even a mulligan. It's just a reroll.
Oh God. Christmas miracle. Please, no.
Christmas
no.
Miracle. I hate you so much.
All right, Saint. Stop.
Oh, no way.
No, wait.
I haven't.
We're going to say it at the same time. We are going to say it at the same time.
Okay.
We are going to say it at the same time.
Okay.
Oh my God, I've never heard you scream like that. All right. Saint, the winner this week is the Vegas Golden Knights. On the count of 3, we're going to say what our favorite thing about the Golden Knights is, okay?
Yeah, okay.
1, 2, 3. The arena.
Yeah, I saw the hockey game first there. That was what was
that was yours? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say, the arena is really cool, though. Yes. I will give them that. It is a fucking sick-ass arena. It's a Vegas arena. You cannot go wrong.
So you go first. Go on.
Mine was that I got into hockey.
Yeah.
My villain origin story was a Golden Knights versus Oilers game.
Yes.
So, like, for me, as much as I fucking hate them so much, you
Golden children.
Hold on, sportsmanlike. Okay.
Yeah, sportsmanlike.
Yes, their arena is really, really cool. But I can't hate them because my first NHL experience was at their amazing arena.
Yes.
In a really cool city. Vegas, you're a lawless wasteland, but you're a cool city. And I got to see a McDraggle.
Okay.
And so, yep. And Jam, what's yours?
Damn it. I was going to say, with your best friend?
Yeah, thanks to shout out to Cham for paying for my ticket for my very first NHL game because nobody else would go with her.
All right, fine. Yeah, sure, whatever. I will say.
Yes, with my best friend who got me into this fuck-ass sport and now it's taken over my life.
Thank you. You're welcome. I know that it was, everything you ever wanted. Anyways, we've talked about how much we loved the Vegas Arena. They just it was so much fun because we had talked about wanting to go to a club and just couldn't. And Vegas, that whole experience, A, it was also my first NHL game, but B, it was such a vibe. Like, it was so much fun. They didn't take themselves seriously. They had a fucking Game of Thrones intro, and that was so funny. They had the giant, I don't know what it's called, but the giant knight helmet, and then the DJ station.
Oh. Yeah, and fortress, it's the fortress is like their whole setup.
It was so cool. And like, so when we went to Pittsburgh, I was like, wow, this place is really dead quiet.
I need you all to know that Vegas has like it's Vegas, right?
Yes.
So they're like the skaters who come in and clear the ice during one of the TV breaks.
Yeah.
At Vegas are women in very short shorts and midriff tops and very hot and attractive. I say this as a bisexual woman. And that's lovely.
Yeah.
When we went to Pittsburgh, we looked at each other and had a moment of like, oh, that was not normal. That was, most places are not doing that.
It was also, we spent like so long screaming over it, like over the music to talk to each other. Because even during intermission, it's just a party. And
like I think I got hearing damage from there.
Probably.
And we were in the nosebleeds, like the nosebleeds, like scared for our lives nosebleeds. So like, again, great arena, but it is A, not the norm. B,
no.
It was so nice to be able to talk to people at other
Pittsburgh,
arenas.
Yeah.
Because I was going to take my parents and I was like, they were like, because I showed them the videos from Vegas and I was like,
no, it's not like this.
And everybody was like, I don't want to go to that.
Like, it was perfect for us because, again, we hadn't had the chance to go to a club.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. Everybody else missed out, and we got to go to a hockey game at the same time. And we did get to see McDriggle. Thank fuck.
Yeah, so thanks for beating my team so hard that I wanted to get into hockey, I guess.
Oh, it will never get old.
Yeah. I hate everything else about you, but thanks for that one.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Folks, we really appreciate you listening to all of our rants and ramblings. The Puck Witches podcast is released on Spotify and our YouTube channels, and you can join the Night Witches Discord via the link below to talk about the episodes directly, as well as enjoy our other channels. It's full of gaming, hobbies, and good vibes. We're also going to take a 2-week break. Next week we'll post some blooper reels.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited.
And then the week afterwards, I will be in Seattle, so going to see a hockey game, going to see my Oilers hopefully kick the Seattle Kraken's butt. This is saying this as a Kraken's fan. So I'll be back on the next week to talk about that game.
Yeah, you're gonna take some videos.
I absolutely will. No, I'm gonna go and not film anything.
Fuck you. Okay. I mean, we may, if there's interest, maybe do some like
vlogs,
like a vlog.
We're going to 2 games in February, so maybe
we're going, champ.
3 games in February.
There you
go. I
can't
count
the fucking tickets. Yeah.
Shh, it's fine. Okay.
Sometimes we record these episodes live on Twitch, so make sure you're following us there. And if you want to support us with a Twitch Prime on either or both of our channels, you get access to cute emotes and extra channel points to prank us with when we're playing games or doing the podcast. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky for updates.
And lastly, do not forget to support the St. Astrid Dry-Saddle Jersey Fund by checking out Saint's Etsy or subscribing on Twitch. We love you all and hope the hockey season is treating you well. Champ and Saint, signing off.
Happy holidays and stay witchy!